In the village of Umuni, the people have a heart for justice, but they have one great weakness. They hate evil so much that they do not give a man the chance to explain himself. Once you are accused of an abomination, the village shuts its ears. This was the trap set for Obinna. Obinna was an only child, and his mother, also an only child, had died 6 years before. He had no maternal home, no uncles, and no siblings to stand by him. He left his father, Ichie, in the care of his only brother, Ezekiel, to hustle in Lagos. He didn't know he was leaving a lamb in the den of a hungry hyena.
Obinna, your father is dying. As I speak to you, the doctor said they cannot touch him unless payment enters immediately. Their main account has problem.
You see, 10 years earlier, when sickness entered Ichie's body, greed entered Ezekiel's heart.
Send 3 million naira now to the hospital chairman's personal account, Organiru Ventures. If you delay, your father may not see tomorrow. Uncle, that is everything. But please, save my father. I will borrow. I will do anything. Obinna, this is the check for the 3 million naira loan. Please use it wisely, else we will come for everything you own. Uncle Ezekiel, I have sent the 3 million naira to Organiru Venture.
Sin? Yeah!
You see, Ezekiel didn't do the needful. Instead, he siphoned the money meant for Ichie's medical bill to fund his palm oil business and finance a lavish wedding he stored. The first two had walked away. Ezekiel didn't stop at that. He went ahead to inflict heartache on his dying brother Ichie.
Brother, your son says you are evil, that the pastor told me you're the cause of the problems he's facing. You should pass away.
Obinna, my son. Obinna, my son, why?
Ichie was already dead, but Ezekiel said he was recovering. When Obinna demanded to hear his father, Ezekiel covered his mouth and answered in a borrowed voice.
My son Obinna, I'm fine. You don't need to come back home. Remember, you are owing money.
Papa, it's nice to hear from you, although you sound a bit different. Don't worry, I'll be back home to see you soon.
Everything was going on well until the call from Ichie came.
Obinna, you're a disgrace. So your dad died 2 weeks ago and you refused to show concern. What? I spoke with my father yesterday. Liar!
Obinna traveled from Lagos to Umune village that night and headed straight to the hospital where his father was admitted.
My father, doctor! I paid his bill to your chairman's account number, Organiru Venture, for him to be alive. Where is he?
Who's your father? Ichie. He died 2 weeks ago and this hospital has no account number named Organiru Venture. Organiru Venture. That's your uncle's palm oil company. Everyone knows everyone's business in this village. Do you have proof? You have proof.
This is the proof of payment!
Sing.
Obinna, I will be your witness. Go home. I will come later or tomorrow. I have wards filled with patients to attend to now.
Obinna arrives at his father's compound at 6:35 and is greeted with great resentment. Uncle Ezekiel is not in sight, but he was definitely around, somewhere hiding. Uncle Ezekiel had already poisoned the mind of the villagers against Obinna, and there was nothing he could say to redeem himself, because they never gave him a chance to.
Let me explain. Here's my proof of payment for my dad's health bill. The doctor is my witness. He would have been here, but he has patients to attend. He will come to explain things to you all.
Obinna didn't spend 20 minutes in his father's compound before he was lynched and injured. He never got to bury his father. The doctor dies mysteriously that same day. 10 years later, Obinna returned to Umunne, not for peace but for vengeance. With wealth powerful enough to destroy his own village, he came back ready to sell his father's land. In his hands was a contract, the sale of his father's land to a chemical company, a deal that would poison the soil, poison the water, and punish a village that had once stoned him without listening. But Obinna's car broke down in front of Mama Ifeoma's compound. A poor old woman who had nothing but love to offered a stranded Obinna shelter because night was approaching fast. Mama Ifeoma scraped the last food from her pot to feed him. It was at this moment Mercy entered where anger was leading.
Oh yeah, take my son. I have eaten and I'm okay for today.
Thank you, Ma.
Mama Ifeoma lied. She sacrificed her last meal so that Obinna could eat and feel comfortable.
Do you by chance know any Obinna Obine?
All efforts
Umune community wronged him and we seek his forgiveness. be the first person to dance if I see him. His uncle confessed to
Forgive me,
all his
Father. I
atrocities
defrauded
before his
Obinna and
death.
used his father's medical bill from my palm oil business. I used juju to kill the doctor. Please, God, forgive me.
Ezekiel's dead body was rejected by the villagers from being buried in Umunne. The priest took charge of his burial rites. He was buried in a public cemetery.
You said your name is Paul. Paul, please help us locate Obinna for us.
Our son Obinna is back. Oh, come, the people of Omune. See what I'm saying. Forgive.
I came back with anger in my heart, but one woman's kindness reminded me who I am. I forgive this village.
Mercy turned the land of Umunne around. The land meant for destruction was spared. Obinna tore up the chemical deal and turned his father's land into healing, an ultramodern hospital in Ichie's name, and the widow who fed him with nothing received a house built with everything. After the laying of the foundation of the ultra-modern hospital and the start of Mama Ifeoma's home on the 26th, Obinna brought his family to Umunne for the first time on December 31st. His wife and 6 children, 5 boys and a girl, set foot in the village, joining him in the place he once came to destroy. Since Ezekiel never had children, the family line risked dying out. But now, through Obinna and his family, their forefathers' legacy has been preserved and is no longer extinct. Obinna sponsored a grand celebration in the village square, with music, food, and laughter filling the air as the villagers danced and prepared for the New Year countdown.
1, 2, 3.
So as the old year ended, vengeance ended with it. And as the new year began, mercy took its place. One act of kindness saved a man. One act of mercy saved a village. This is the crossover gifts. Moral lesson. Kindness can stop a cycle of destruction that power, anger, and wealth can't heal. Obinna returned with enough money and influence to destroy an entire village, and he would have done it. But it was one widow's selfless kindness, not wealth, not evidence, not revenge, that changed the ending.